If I can have your first name, last name, and title.
Charlie San Miguel, City Councilman, District 6, City of Laredo.
Tell me a little bit about what's taking place today here, please.
Yeah, we're really happy. We're having the ribbon cutting for North Central Park Phase 1D. You know, all of North Central Park really has been a labor of love by many people, going back to 2004. The previous councilman, Gene Belmares, and Commissioner Felix Velasquez with the county, and many other people, Judd Gilpin, people from the Parks and Rec Department that had this great vision. And I'm just so lucky to be a part of this. I am, to quote Albert Einstein, I am just like a midget standing on the shoulders of giants that have come before me. So it's an honor. It's a great investment. People have loved this park. Now we've got the bike trails at the Shiloh Bike Trails, and I see a lot of the activity. People coming out with their families, whether jogging, walking, or cycling. It's just a joy to see the families coming out and enjoying this facility, which of course enhances the quality of life for many in Laredo.
What is the ribbon cutting for?
Yeah, this Phase D, this last section, was approximately about an $850,000 investment. And it includes several culverts, retaining walls, and of course the trail that finally circles around properly the way it should be.
Now, this couldn't have been done without the cooperation of different who would.
You know what really helped this phase of the project, and he's a great supporter of our community, and we love him, is our congressman, U.S. Representative Henry Cuellar. He really got the seed money to get this going, and from there we build upon that, and that's what allowed this to happen. So we're very lucky to have somebody like Henry Cuellar representing us, and so in big part because of what he did for us here.
Do you know maybe an estimate of how long this addition is?
That's a good question. I'm not exactly sure how long it is, but it looks like it might be.
Or,
Maybe about, it looks like it's maybe a half to 3/4 of a mile long. But, and that's a good question, because if you take it just by distance, you kind of question the expense, which is what I did. But the expense really comes in the culverts, which are the bridges, and the retaining walls. These culverts and bridges will be there for many generations to come.
Anything else that you want to add?
No, we have other projects coming up, but we'll have those ribbon cuttings probably in a couple of weeks. You know, the Frisbee golf course and other things like that that we've been doing. Yeah.
Can we get it in Spanish?
Park here. Park here. What I do is I park here. I start running right here. I go around here. And then I don't cross the street. I come back around.
God's family. We're all here together. We all have to run our race. So let's
This time, I have the Pledge of Allegiance. I can have Assistant Fire Chief Antonio Garibay Jr. and Assistant Police Chief Claudio Trevino here to the front to lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance. The Honorable Henry Cuellar, U.S. Representative, Department representing Chief Garner, who you met here with the Pledge of Allegiance, Chief Claudio Trevino. Also, Chief, our Public Information Officer, Xochitl Mora Garcia, and who oversees a lot of these parks. Also from the Parks Advisory, we have some words from remarks from people who were thought about vision and collaboration, and we start off with this. And there's a French poet that right to the podium,
our Honorable Congressman Henry Cuellar to give us a few words about the federal.
And one of his major projects, or probably his major project, was this park. And you talked about it, you worked on it very passionately about it. And I just want to say thank you so much, Gene, because what you and the best places you can have is a green space, what I call green space, the hiking, the area that you can spend time. And this is important for our quality of life. I know my kids have enjoyed coming here. And I just want to say, Gene, to both you and to Charlie, thank you so much. That puts a lot of effort, and then the next person might not have the same type of effort, but you all have just.
It is a testament to your all's endurance, your tenacity to make things like this happen. So, Congressman Melissa, thank you so much for what you've done for this community. It continues to enhance it. 4 years ago, I paraphrased Robert Kennedy when he said that he saw things a certain way, and I paraphrased it by saying, some people see Laredo as it is and wonder why. I dream Laredo how it could be and say, why not? And so thank you, Congressman, for making that dream possible. Councilman, thank you for keeping it alive. Melissa, thank you for your team and its vision, sharing the vision with us. We're appreciative of it, and I know that the generations to come will continue to enjoy this park. I just left my son at St. Edward's University this weekend, and my fear is that he'll see this great big world out there and never come home. That he'll take his great brain and take it somewhere else and never come back to the community that I love. We put in, I think, the federal government an earmark of $300,000, and just, we're just partners in this. Bottom line is, for your own health, and this is certainly the tool to allow us to take responsibility, as you said a few minutes ago. So
great project. I'd like to start off by saying, really the project would not have been possible without that federal earmark of $300,000. First, the visionaries that actually saw the potential of this area and what it means to Laredo. My husband, who recently retired, thought during the whole project development process, it went perfect. And again, we're here today, record-breaking time on getting this project. We applaud the city of Laredo. This facility working on projects as a whole. TxDOT.
To say that the attention span of the average adult is about 12 to 15 minutes, and then they slip off into sexual fantasy. So before you go into another episode of Game of Thrones, let me just say a few things that I think are critical to this moment where we are. Councilman, you and I have shared a love for this park since the first day you and I stepped out on here.
Thank you, Councilman. At this time, I'd like to introduce your District 6 councilman, the councilman who has
A lot of love here in this project. Your vision, Gene, has allowed famous mud runs. And I know it was not that blow that did it, but all that had gone before. And I imagine all, and I was just proud to, I've just been so lucky to have been a part of these events, to host these ribbon cuttings for so many beautiful events. Since 2004, with, of course, an investment that's gone into this. It's about 225 acres in this beautiful park and trails. We have racquetball courts at this park. The Frisbee golf course, Gene, if you can please join us maybe in a couple of weeks, we'll be having that, or coming back to Laredo. It's really important.
1, 2, 3.
I don't see any sweat, so here's my jogging. Definitely. There was a big open space. It said we could play flag football here. Remember you said that?